I'm Scott Trout, CEO of the domestic litigation firm Cordell & Cordell. We help men deal with the life changes triggered by divorce, such as child custody and property division, among many others. But life changes also occur after divorce. These changes can make parts of your existing court order irrelevant or harder to follow. If you feel a modification to your court orders might be necessary, talk to us at Cordell & Cordell. We're a partner men can count on.
Contact CordellCordell.com, 1065 East Hillsdale Boulevard, Suite 310, Foster City, California, 94404.
What did you say?
He's just hungry right now.
Cheese's crust.
He hasn't eaten in days.
You're
going to be shredded after this cancer stuff.
Yep, it's the new miracle diet.
You're listening to The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan.
What's up? I'm Brad Nolan. Brian Moote in the house.
What's up, everybody?
It's not actually a house. It's a studio. We're a professional organization. And we also have Pat in the studio.
I would stay the night here.
I would, too. God.
I've slept in a studio or two overnight.
I bet both of you have plenty of time.
I've done that numerous times. And I also would take this over my current house anyway, because my current house is, it hovers around, I don't know, volcano right now with the heat.
Yeah.
Because these stupid old apartments in West Hollywood, they were made in like the 40s, and they're all exactly the same. They're all exactly the same. It's an entire just region of the city that's all 2 stories. There's a driveway down the middle. It's all made of stucco and cement, and it just heats up all day long. And then you just lay there and you sweat. You sweat your ass
Cool off with a poop shower.
The commander of cheese.
Well, that's not fair. I mean, my septic is blocked too. So.
I know. You shower at the gym. Like, you're afraid to shower there.
I was, for about 2 weeks, I was showering at Equinox Fitness next door to this radio station. And thank God that the station that the gym has nice bathrooms, because it's like a little bit, it's bougie.
Oh my God. No, the first time I went into that gym, I was like, literally my tweet said something like, the moment you realize your home shower will never be at the level of your gym shower.
Right.
Like, it's just an amazing experience.
I lived that life. The sewer line was backed up in my neighborhood or in my little building, and poop would come up through the shower grate. Not my poop, by the way.
Oh.
Not mine.
Oh, stranger poop's the worst poop.
It is. I don't know.
It's gross.
Also, there's a lot of old, weird people in my building.
I can verify that is true.
Tell by the food they're cooking that poop ain't going to be nice either.
Cabbage again? I can smell it. Oh,
Through
we're like
the
a
drain.
billion? Gross.
And so the showers at Equinox, thankfully, everyone gets their own glass door stall. You can change the shower head settings.
It's like 5 kinds of soap.
They wash them 3 times a day with disinfectant.
Yeah, actually, I was in there one time changing, and the guy came in. I guess he was training someone new or something, and he came in and he's like, "Hey, you see this? This is disgusting." And he pointed inside this pointed inside this locker. They had some like dust in it. Like, it wasn't like to me. I was like, "Oh, that's cleaner than my bathroom."
Anything in my house,
It's cleaner than the pants I'm wearing.
But then I was like, "That is disgusting."
I'm pretty convinced.
You know what?
You know
it's
what?
Gross. Wipe that off with a moist towel covered in eucalyptus oil.
They have those. Those chilled towels. They're
chilled towels.
Chilled towels with mint.
I know. Everybody else uses hot towels. Equinox is like, watch this, bitches.
I'm also convinced that 98% of the people that go there are also employees, because everybody I see there working out, I'm like, you look familiar. And then 10 minutes later, they're wearing an Equinox Fitness shirt. And I'm like, do any of you am I the only one who pays for a membership here?
I mean, maybe if you didn't pay $1 billion a month for Equinox, you could afford a nice apartment, and then you wouldn't even need it.
But here's the
weird.
thing. We're going to derail this segment, opening segment. By the way, Patrick's on the show today to we're going to talk. He's got his surgery later today, which is going to be we're going to get into that.
It's really exciting, you guys.
He's really fired up today because he hasn't eaten in like 12 hours.
Longer than that, dickhead.
But let's get back into showers.
I'm hangry. I'll bite your face off, and then I'll
easy.
Postpone my surgery.
I like silly fun, Pat.
I'm just glad the podcast is going to have the unedited version of that.
Right. See?
What did I say? I can't remember.
Just you. Yeah. Pat's so famished.
Oh, no.
Pat's so famished that the radio listening audience is going to be like, wait a minute, I'm missing chunks of Pat's rage.
My hangry turns like
Okay.
just blacks me out, and all of a sudden I'm just watch it out.
Okay, let's get in. You know what? Save hangry for a minute because I'm going to walk back my stance on hangry.
Who's
but,
hangry? What were we
But I
talking
want to
about?
get into first. I want to talk before we get out of this segment. I want to talk about those showers because this gym is the first locker room I've been able to shower in my entire life without being terrified of just creepy, weird dudes and too many dongs out and just weirdness.
And also, is there a size thing too? Because those showers are really big, and you're a 6'4" dude.
Oh, I thought you were talking about dong size.
Yeah, well, no, that's always going to be an issue for people like you and me.
Right. Those of the Irish descent.
Yeah.
Hey, man, it's feeling shy. Mine's got range. And Pat can't even get in unless he made a movie called Unhung Heroes. So.
Opt out. I'm getting more colon taken out.
Can they add that as an extension?
Oh, that might be a thing.
Can they add you a foreskin of colon? Oh, God, that's disgusting.
Butt sex for life.
Here's the thing. And this came from middle school. Because, Patrick, we went to Langley Middle School, Whidbey Island, Washington. And it's an old high school. It was a high school built in, like, 1910. And so it's got a very old school
mentality.
feel and mentality. Just the locker room is basically a big round room, like a barrel of tile. And it had 4 posts with pressure washers coming off them that would strip the sand like off a canyon wall. It's just unbelievable. And I remember in 6th grade, we go from the elementary school up to, you're a 6th grader. And the first day I was there for football, like 4 8th graders came out like grown-ass men to go shower together. And I was like, no, like this is my worst nightmare. Never doing that.
Going to class sweaty.
Yeah, and then I
That's
also
what's happening.
I went through like a bad skin phase on my back. So I just was never like, I would just run home and take a shower. And then I've never understood why anyone would take a shower at a gym when they could just go home to their very own shower. It's very nice until I got to Equinox Fitness and their showers are so nice. They've got soaps on the wall. And I'm in a situation where my shower at home is worse and I don't want to go home.
Let's not forget the most important part about the Equinox shower system is the lotion afterwards. You can literally
Do you do that?
Yeah, I have tried Skin.
That's right,
Oh,
dude.
God. Brad's so that guy who just lotions
really
himself
tried
up right in front of the
Dude,
mirror.
there are some guys that do that. Hold on. They just lotion themselves. Why do they stand in front of the mirror?
Just to be clear, I get out of the shower, I dry myself off, I get dressed, and then return to the lotion, and then only the parts you
See,
can
Get
see.
all
very-
slippery.
Brad,
I have a fun shower story if you want to hear it.
I don't. Well, let me just say this: I don't think you drink enough water, and the water you do drink gets burned up by the 18,000 cigarettes you smoke a day.
Correct.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay,
What's your
thank
fun
you for
shower
that.
story?
So I was in the military situations
Oh,
as
God.
they
I don't know.
arise.
Do we wanna hear this?
You got 10, 15 dudes in a shower. Same situation as what you went through in was it middle school?
Yeah, 6th grade, man. I'll never forget the day.
My buddy used to do this thing all the time. He hated it. He hated the whole concept of this group shower.
it's a weird
situation.
thing.
It
It's like,
is
what are
a
we going
weird
to
thing.
prison? Just give me my own little wall.
Yeah, let's be human about
Looks
this,
like-
right? So
Right.
he
Do we
would,
all take dumps together? They put walls up around the toilets.
I strategically took too long to get ready because I was hoping, like, ready to go in the shower because I'm hoping people would leave. And so I go in there. Maybe there's like 7 dudes left in there. And Blake would come in and go like opposite the shower from me. And he'd go, hey, Nolan. Yeah. What's up, Roberts? And he'd go, no homo? That's a nice dick. and then I'd be like, I don't know if you can say no homo with that.
Right. Like, I mean, maybe it's just a general compliment, like, nice elbow.
But no, the thing that it would accomplish every single time is that the place would clear out. I mean, because
There you go.
it's a bunch of like
actually
insecure
a
army
genius
dudes.
move.
Yeah, and then if it didn't clear out, he would follow it up with like, kind of want it in my mouth. Just kidding. I'm
Wow.
kidding.
That takes it up a notch.
Yeah, and every time for
Wait,
sure.
that
it would
was
clear
too
out.
subtle for me. Explain.
Well, it's
It's a,
I got a book you can read.
It's a fellatio joke.
I'll take that.
Yeah, I just have never been. I just have always hated him. I've hated every single one of them. Once we had a guy on our basketball team. He was a 7-footer from Sudan, and he went
How
in.
tall was he?
Dad joke. He went in the shower in college. Now he's in college men playing basketball. And 2 of my buddies came out and they're like, "Oh my God, it winked at me." And then no one was comfortable showering again. Way to go, Oscar. You ruined our team chemistry at the University of Laverne.
His name would be Oscar.
Because Oscar spelled all Sudanese, though. It wasn't spelled Oscar, but he pronounced it Oscar. Let's get into hangry, man.
That sounds like the end of that, like the end of like a scene in like Red Shoe Diary or something like that.
Oh, like right after all the
like
shenanigans.
a Skinamax show.
All the hanky-panky goes down, and then all of a sudden they zoom out of the window.
Yeah.
What's the one? The taxi cab confessions type deal?
Sure.
Do you know, I have a friend named Brady Matthews, comedian, and I just
Great
found
name.
out,
That's a good
Brady's
name.
awesome, and I just found out that he got his first role he ever booked. He booked by himself off LA Casting, which for people listening right now is a casting site. You pay money, you put your headshots up, your resume. He booked.
It feels Craigslisty. We should put that out
very
there.
actor Craigslisty.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is legit. You have to they submit. Your agents can also submit you, but if you submit yourself, who knows? The Wild West out there. He booked a Red Shoe Diaries role where his first role is like borderline softcore porn, and he has 4
Sweet.
lines.
You want to know who else is in that show?
Who?
David Duchovny.
Duchovny!
Yeah, that's right. The handsome, the wonderful, the Mulder.
He went from the Triple X Files
He's not
to
Mulder.
just the Single X
He is
Files.
Mulder.
No, he's not.
You guys not hear
What are
my,
you talking about? He's not Mulder.
Come on, knock it out. Did you guys not hear my Triple X Files?
That's pretty good.
X-Files
That's
joke?
pretty good.
You guys were
Brad,
busy
Brad
yelling
made
about
me
Mulder.
infuriated. I can only focus on one thing
All
at a
right,
time.
He's hangry. Let's talk about it.
He's Hank Moody.
I'm hangry.
The Brian Moote Show with
Come
Brad
on.
Nolan. Here we have Brian Moote
This better not get me in trouble with my girlfriend.
and Brad Nolan.
No, my wife wants to flip the swinger switch.
Just two boys without man buns.
No man bun here. Check, no man bun there.
I'm trying to grow one out, man.
Still the remnants of an M shaved in your head, though,
Oh,
Brian?
really? Does it still
yeah,
have that?
Well, it's just now. It's just an awkward, like, what was
That looks
shaved
like
in
scars.
there?
Does it look like I have
Yeah, a little
scars?
bit, yeah.
Like I was attacked by a dog as a child?
Yep, that's Brian, and Pat's here, too. Say hi, Pat.
Fox Mulder for life, baby.
Between the breaks, we were having a conversation
About Mulder.
about David Duchovny, and
Yeah.
I think he's Hank Moody because Hank Moody is my spirit animal.
Gotcha.
The kind of guy who just barrels through life and screws everything up for himself. And everyone else knows him as Mulder, which I've never seen
Yeah.
an episode of X-Files.
I know him
Okay.
as the hand model from Zoolander. All right, let's move on.
It's not funny.
That's how you put that one to bed.
It's not funny.
Pat's hangry right now, so he can't really
Yeah,
get
that's
into it.
right.
All right, Patrick has his surgery later today. It's called what? A colectomy?
It's a partial colectomy, you idiot.
I don't know why that's just so funny because you're so irritated right now. I feel like the studio just got a little bit warmer when Pat starts spewing vitriol. You fools! Were you not paying attention in health class?
What is that, a V-neck on both of you? Would you email about it? Good God, I gotta get out of here. Oh, man.
We're going to get into more of that in a second, but I have to now formally apologize. I have to add there's one group of people who are officially, I'll add, two groups of people. All the kids that just escaped from that cave in Thailand, they're allowed to be hangry because I don't think there's enough bats to go around in there.
Guano.
I shouldn't laugh.
I'd eat guano.
But they're alive, so you can laugh at it.
Yes.
You can make jokes because they live.
has just become a laughable situation.
So I added
All
them
the
to
long-term
my
damage. Very
acceptable hangry people list. The other one, after seeing what Pat's gone through, is pre-op people. Anyone going through a pre-op situation where they're not allowed to eat for how many hours, Pat?
About 30. And let me add something else onto that because you're forgetting some minor details, jackass. This little gem of truth. I have to chug like a gallon of stuff that turns my body into like a mudslide. It's going to be wonderful.
When does that start happening?
That starts about 5.
You haven't done that yet?
No.
Coming up next, Pat shits himself.
Okay,
Yeah, that's right.
guys, how much swearing are we going to do on this one today?
You're right. Good point.
A lot of fucking swearing.
Whoa!
Brad.
Whoa!
I don't know if this one's going to make the air. Probably
Lot of-
just a podcast
A
version.
lot of dump buttons. No, you can bleep.
Dump it.
Yeah,
Bleep
no.
things.
See what I can
He's
do.
hangry. There's an acceptable number of swear words you can say when you're hangry. Word is bond.
I want to talk about the stuff he's eating.
Yeah. No, we're getting into that.
Yeah.
I've had surgery before in that region. I had an appendectomy that turned into an exploratory surgery.
Sure.
But they had me in some of the tests leading up to right before my appendix burst. They had me drinking this like chalky. Is it that kind of thing? Is it the thing
I'm
that like
not-
shows up on a scan, or is
No.
it? No, this is
No, it just
different. This
flushes the
is to
system.
clean everything.
Yeah. This is a straight up flush. So it basically just
Because they need everything out of you.
well,
right?
because I did it. It's basically the same as what I did for the colonoscopy. Except the colonoscopy, they had me drink this stuff that I bought at the store that was like
$200.
They tried to make salt water with just straight
had
up
that.
chemicals.
I've had
and then
that,
they tried
yeah.
to cover up the flavor of fake salt water with cough syrup. And you have to drink a ton of
And
it.
it makes you want to throw up every
oh
time.
yeah, it's
you
so
like it.
gross.
So is it? It's not the same, but it kind of is the same principle as that. That super cleanse where you drink the saltwater flush every morning,
Basically.
which doesn't seem like that can be healthy at all. Comes straight out the other end. But you have to do a fancy version, of course, because it's the medical industry,
Sure.
and they need to charge
Well-
you up that colon.
So here's the
For it.
thing. My doctor, because he's super sweet, came up with a new way of doing it that's much cheaper. And so that is, I am drinking starting at 5, well, starting in a couple hours. I'm not sure when exactly. But I'm going to drink 64 ounces of Gatorade mixed with a whole box of Miralax. And then I take like a bunch of Dulcolax.
Okay.
And then,
Much of laxes.
yeah, and then and then
You're going to be laxed up,
and then
buddy.
giddy up, cow butt. We're pooping hard.
I feel like I know that those jokes are cheesy, but also, man, they're funny when you're when you're talking to someone who's about to get some colon cut out. You can do all the butt pun jokes that you can handle.
Yeah, it's a real bummer.
See, I actually find those funny in this context.
Brad's trying so hard not to laugh.
I know, it's
No, I'm
impossible.
laughing. I just.
Okay, so
I don't know how to feel, honestly. You're about to roll into surgery today, and I'm like, I want to laugh at these jokes, but I feel like his surgery is going to take up a lot of my day too. Like, because afterwards I'm going to have to go over there and visit and stuff.
Yeah, I don't really
know.
You're
Worried about
You're
my
really
day.
suffering through this one, aren't you, Brad?
Man, I was thinking about that too. How I'm gonna have to take time out of my busy day to go visit my brother.
When
in the
I
hospital.
can't- when I
What a
moved it
pain-
once-
What a pain in my ass.
I moved the surgery once, and Brian was like, "Oh, well, I'm not even going to be here for that, so I won't even be able to broadcast from the place." Or anything. And I was like,
I did
"That's your
say
concern.
that. No.
That's what you're worried about."
I said it after it got moved. I said it. You moved it, and I go, "Whew, thank God," because I was kind of worried about I was going to have to maybe cancel some of my vacation.
Yeah.
It's like how I was looking at a calendar, going like, "Goof, July 2nd.
Yeah.
There's no way I can make this work. There's no way that can happen."
Let me just put cancer on hold for a minute. For you.
Yeah, Pat, when you delay that for a couple weeks, I'm sure it's not your life you're
Yeah,
worried
it's
about.
fine. Don't worry about it.
Then at one point he goes, the doctor said, July 11th, but then they also said, but maybe we get you in earlier. And I was like, no. Because then I was like, I knew my mom was planning on coming down, which is funny in its own right because my mom is just kind of going along with the outside shenanigans that we're doing. Patrick's filming a documentary. You can go, if you download the app by texting Moote to 36260, totally organic plug right there. In the
Yes.
third tab down, I have a link for,
Third tab down.
well, I can't go. The first two are
Wow.
locked in there. The first two are contact me. And then,
Sure, yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dude.
Yeah,
He can't
you're-
change. He's not a programmer.
As long as
bro.
you're- as long-
Okay.
I'm kind of locked into whatever the company gave me. But I can, the third tab, you know what you bumped? You bumped this, the show you're on right now. My own show you bumped.
Good.
Yeah, you should have maybe talked to me
Good.
about that before.
Marketing wise, it's not good.
Shut up, Brad. Shut up, both of you.
Jeez. So
Did you say cheese?
he's got a documentary and he's raising money for that to kind of document the whole process.
Yeah, give me
The
money.
commander of cheese.
For men's health. And he picked up my mom at the airport, of course, with what?
Camera, dog. Ambushed her. Cambush. Hey, mama.
Isn't your mom notoriously scared of like being involved in the media you guys create?
Oh, I don't care. I don't pay attention to what she says, Bradley.
He really, I mean, he told me they were going to tape a video of her in the car, like high def cameras. They're going to videotape my mom in the car. And I'm like, yeah, do it. I'm like, I just can't wait to see her face on camera. Because it's going to take her a minute to realize what's happening. But you had a friend in the car with a camera, right?
Yeah. My buddy Dan,
Like a real camera.
just jammed in the back of the car, just filming us.
Like
you know what's
sounds.
funny though? She acts like she doesn't like it, and then all of a sudden she's like,
Yeah, 2 minutes
we
in.
a lull in the conversation, and she's like, "So Patrick, why don't you like nudging me? Like, why don't you tell me a little bit about the surgery tomorrow?" And I'm like, "What are you writing the script now?
She's
Back off,
setting
lady."
you up. She turned into Jimmy Fallon in there. She's like,
Hijack.
so Pat, I heard there's a surgery.
Hijack my doc. Get out of here.
That's so great. I know she does play it up for the camera. When he did the documentary Unhung Hero, the mockumentary, mind you. This is a documentary. That's a mockumentary, right?
Yes.
Though you handled the front junk, now you're handling the back junk.
Yep.
Which is kind of funny.
Unhung Hero 2 butt stuff.
I'm a little
Coming to
disappointed
theaters.
that we're not,
We
like,
have
this
to
show
be some
hasn't
sort
been
of, like,
included in the documentary at all.
It's going to be. Just
Bung Hero. Unbung Hero? Isn't that like a butt reference?
Can I
Come on.
get the cancer out of me first, and then we'll worry about you two jokers?
No, we worry about us all the time first. In fact, can you move the surgery another day or so? I got a Mariners game to go to. Sorry about that. Also, my mom in Unhung Hero got a huge laugh at the premiere and was like, crushed it. She said that, like literally looked at me. It was like, I crushed it.
Crushed it.
She did. She was really happy about it.
Well,
All right, let's talk about the actual surgery.
We're going to talk about the actual surgery, but maybe we do need to talk a little bit about why there's been no cameras in this studio.
there has been. You just weren't here.
Yeah, you weren't here
because
for
you were
it.
like never here.
Yeah, you went
not
through like a
true.
stint of absences where I was just like I was filming from up there, man. You should check out the documentary. There's a couple episodes you missed, Brad.
Yep. There's some clips in the doc so far. Oh, look who hasn't watched the video yet.
I mean, listen, I got to be honest.
My marriage is in shambles. I have priority issues.
Brian Moote is a stand-up
Never
comedian.
been there.
Brad Nolan
well, when
is
you're
a
single,
stand-up
you're
dad.
going to need friends.
The Brian Moote Show.
Can't you hear?
With Brad Nolan.
No.
Marriage shambles. I mean,
What's up?
at least you never slept in the studio because of that. That's the most of the reason. We talk about sleeping in the studio. Man, I made the couch in Atlanta my home for a while in that studio. Interns used to routinely wake me up, and I'd go, "No, I just got here a little early, power napping." We got there.
I played that game
how
for a
early?
while.
Got here at 3, 1:30 in the morning. What's up? It's the Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan. Brad is upset. We don't have cameras in here right now to film him. So we'll get Brad on camera.
Listen,
eventually.
I probably need to lose about 13% more body fat, and then we can talk
I mean, this
about
is
it.
LA, bro.
Yeah. I have been working out, though.
He's been doing P90X in his house, so he says.
It's not a Geico commercial. It doesn't happen overnight. You'll figure it out over
Don't
the
you
course
have
of time.
a Equinox membership?
I canceled that because I don't have Brian Moote money.
Yeah, sorry, dog.
I tried to play ball. I tried to keep up with the Mootses, but I was like, you know what? I don't have $400 a month to spend.
Would it make you feel better if it, for like 1 week, was the Brad Nolan Show with Brian Moote?
No, I don't care about that.
All right, so
How
Pat.
about the Pat Moote Show with two dumb idiots?
Okay, you know what? We'll change it for this episode. The Pat Moote Show with two dumb idiots talking about bum cancer.
Being hangry.
Two dumb bums. All right.
You guys are bums.
Oh, man. Okay, so you're going to have the surgery. What's the recovery time looking at? Because this isn't your last appearance on the show, but I may have to take the show mobile. Well, it's not his last appearance. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
It sounded awful. Oh, Jesus. I didn't mean like I meant while you're recovering. Oh,
Sitting
boy.
back in my chair giving that look was one of the most satisfying things
my
I've ever
I totally just hungered, blacked out. I don't know what happened. I totally missed it. I have no idea.
That was a really misworded statement because I've just already I've accepted the fact you're going to be out for a couple weeks and then you'll be 100%. So I was like, well, this will be your last in-studio time until you're back in action, fully functioning. So I'll be coming over to the hospital and over to your house with some mobile gear to make sure that we get your totally refurbished ass on the podcast and the radio show. So there.
New man, new butt.
So what is the recovery?
You have to
Yeah,
get
what's
a
this
real
looking
nice chair.
You get one of those like inflatable life rings?
I don't think it's not. It's internal butt. So, you know.
But
it's
the outer-
inner butt.
You want some cush on that.
My outer butt is still going to be terrific, so don't even worry about that.
How are they going in? They going in your stomach or are they going
Going in
into your
stomach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they go in laparoscopically through the stomach and then
You don't want to
out
take
the-
all that stuff right up the back end.
No.
You know what the worst part about that and surgery that's like that is actually the air that gets trapped in there. It hurts so bad afterwards. Like it's just
Cool.
air that's in there and there's no real way for it to get out.
Is that a fact?
Yeah.
You can't just go throwing out weird surgery things that we...
But think about it. There's no air in your body.
I'm trying not to think
open
about
up-
it.
Open up the
Brad,
body.
you're worse than I am saying that this is his last show ever. All right.
God. Oh, that's what that was
okay,
about. You
hold on. Let's
mean
go.
son of
Let's
a
go.
bitch. I'm
Let's go back to
on to you. I'll be here
hold
around
on.
for a long time, whether you like it or not, Brian.
Here to stay.
Hold on. Let's go back to it. You lay down. They put you anesthesia.
Oh yeah, way under.
Anesthesia. They take you in. They
Yeah, I
cut
don't
you
think they're
open.
just going to give him a stick to bite
You
down
never know.
on.
You never know.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He's
This
trying to
isn't
go
a
the
Civil War battle.
He's trying to go the
Here,
inexpensive
hold
route.
this
You just never
beanie,
know.
baby.
It's like, here's a colectomy basic package, and then there's the premium package with the anesthesia.
I got all the bills.
They're going to
and
make
whistles.
Pat. He's going so cheap. He's going to have to hold stuff. They're going to be like
Man.
scalpel. And
Hey.
Pat, he's like, those are the forceps. Scalpel.
Will you buy me a bell so that I can ring it and make Mom get stuff for me when I get back home? I forgot. I meant to order one on
That is
Amazon.
good.
I forgot.
But we're currently in a train of thought. We're going to go ahead and finish it. So
sorry.
you're going to go in the room, and you got a bunch of lights there. They're going to cut you open
Yeah.
and introduce air that wasn't there before into your body, which will later hurt. They're going to put
It's
you back up.
laparoscopic. They're not. They're just going into tiny
they're
holes.
drilling.
Trust me.
No. What are you, a surgeon? I'm not trusting you.
Trust me.
Brad, you can barely.
Brad's got
show-
a pilot's license, Pat. You can trust him on anything.
Yeah. Listen,
I've had a few surgeries in this
You've
region.
been doing a
You-
lot of reading since you
you're
got your
gonna put-
LASIK.
I have actually. It's enjoyable now. They're going to sew you back up, and they're going to put you in a room. You're going to recover. How long is your recovery? Inpatient and then outpatient.
Inpatient, 3 days probably.
Well, that's not too
should be
bad.
out.
Maybe
You
a
should be out
little.
on
It just
Friday?
depends on when. Yeah, I should be out Friday. It just depends on when my
The colon
starts moving again. So once I start passing gas and taking sweet baby gross.
Oh, God.
Well, are they going to
dumps.
feed you? Are they're going to give you certain types of food right
yeah,
after?
I don't
or
know
what?
exactly what the food regiment's going to be after that. I have to assume because they're stapling my colon back together that it's going to be pretty soft stuff for
Yeah.
a couple weeks. So I think basically to answer your question, probably around 3 days inpatient, about 12 days outpatient.
So 12 days, be at home, just chilling, laid up. On
Just
the couch.
12 days laying on the couch, not doing
Been-
shit.
No, don't say it. We don't have to bleep anything.
Not doing shoes.
It makes me feel. I feel honestly. I legitimately feel like I don't want it because I'm going out of town. I'm like, damn, I wish I could just be here, but what am I going to do? You have
nothing.
your mom and your brother.
Yeah.
They're both brothers.
Yeah,
both brothers, right?
Killing's coming into town.
When's he coming into town?
I mean, listen, I'm not
Killing
going
gets here Friday, and then he leaves the following Wednesday. So I'm
I'm gonna miss him. I had a whole conversation to have with him.
I'm gonna be, just kind of chilling, watching TV and
I'm
stuff,
thankful
and then
Killian's
for
coming,
a
'cause
month.
Lord knows I'm not taking time out of my life. to
No,
go and
no,
do
no.
anything.
Yeah, Brian,
no.
we're aware. Okay, so why don't you
Yeah, when
just
I said
go
brother,
back to
that's-
texting?
Here's the thing. So 15 days recovery. What's expected after that 12 days?
Well,
12 to 13
for a
probably.
month, I can't lift anything more than 5 pounds.
Okay.
So-
So you're gonna have to sit down to pee.
Yeah, you can't hold that thing.
Well, but I already sit down to pee. Wait, so do
No,
I have
me
to
too.
stand up to pee then?
No,
Is
you have
that
to-
you just
no,
have to do
just
the
continue
opposite?
sitting
Or
down. No.
Brad, this is very
No,
confusing.
we were trying to say you had a big
Like a
ween,
big old
but
dong.
a 5-pound ween.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
That's
No,
the
so you
balls,
have.
actually.
But then after that is what? After you do the surgery, you get out of the hospital.
Yep.
And then, but there has to be some. What is the process to make sure that there's no other cancerous nonsense going on?
Oh.
Because you told me they don't know what the stage is until they get that honker out of there and poke it with
Till they take it out. If I had to guess, I'd say stage
Prod it with
2
stuff.
because they think there's the new doctor that I have thinks, and his radiologist who are better than the first ones, think they see abnormalities around the 2 lymph nodes that are in that area.
But chemo could zap those. right?
Well, that's coming. Those are coming out with it. The problem is that once it's been in your lymph nodes and kidneys, there's a chance that it's in your bloodstream, and then they're running around like wild.
But you just don't
like-
want it to plant itself in something.
Yes, exactly. So then they kind of do chemo basically to kind of just make sure it's all cleaned out. But when they get it out, basically they take that piece out, they send it to a lab where an oncologist and their team basically kind of dissect it. They look at
And
the
determine
polyp,
if there has
they
ever
look at the
been,
lymph
right.
nodes, they look at all the flesh, and stuff in there. And I donated it to cancer research because I care.
Well, also, I mean, that's you're taking a very empowered approach to this, where you're saying, you know what, cancer? Guess what? You're going to put it in my butt. I'm going to put it right back in yours, cancer. And I'm going to donate money to research. I'm going to make a documentary about. Was that too many butt references there?
No, I'm just saying I would have sold it. I would have said, how much do you want, or how much is this worth to you for research?
I thought you meant that. I mean, yeah, that.
The colon.
You know
part.
what? The
I'll
only
let
part
you-
that would have scared me is when they're like, we'll give you $100,000. Like, oh my God, what is inside of me? Okay, now I'm worried. What is? Oh, should we? Let's get it out now. I'm terrified.
It's like the movie Spaceballs. Something's
It's
going
like-
to come right at you and start doing the river dance on a table in front of you.
Hank Moody comes in and starts trying to solve mysteries or something.
All right. How are you planning on documenting all the stuff in the hospital? Are you going to be doing iPhone stuff? What resources do you need? How's it going to look? Cameras? Have you talked to the doctors?
Yeah, I talked to the doctor today. I talked to the doctor today and told him we were going to be shooting. They're all super supportive of this, too, because he especially thinks that this is being misdiagnosed and there needs to be more awareness out there. So he's very supportive of it. Where my buddy Dan and then my buddy Nick are kind of splitting off, shooting while I'm laid up because I can't even lift the camera. But they'll be there in the morning before I go into surgery, and then they'll be there when I get out, and then stopping by every once in a while I'm there. So,
dude, I'll film too, man. Selfie style.
I'm not.
A lot of Instagram stories.
I'm not giving you.
Hey, follow my Instagram stories at Moote Comedy. See all Pat's surgery stuff. Oh, I crushed that one.
That was a good one, buddy.
Yeah, follow me too. Or something.
Wait,
at Pat Moote. Never mind.
Follow at Pat Moote. You'll be, dude. You're gonna be in a hospital
Cancer
bed.
Brother. At Cancer Brother.
You're gonna be in a hospital bed. You're gonna be so bored. You're gonna be Snapchat, Instagram filtering, all sorts of stuff.
Party.
And you might be able to watch a World Cup game or two.
Is that tomorrow?
It's today. The World Cup game against it is England and Croatia. I got Croatia in my pool, and I got to be honest, I'm not opposed to England dying a fiery death in the World Cup.
Or in general. How dare they not let us have our own country sooner?
We had a debate about this.
And then you look at the way the country is now, and you wonder maybe they were right not letting us have a country.
We had a debate about this. We had a debate about this kind of.
Shut up, Donald.
But so we signed the Declaration of Independence on July 4th, right? 1777? Or, 1776? Yeah.
77.
Yeah.
And we signed that thing, and then we had to ship it off, man. That's got to go. We got to put that in a boat, a copy of it, and send it over to King
Put that
George.
in a boat and ship
Yeah,
it.
That was like
sad boat.
That's like a subtweet from back then.
I love the idea.
Just send him the declaration.
Yeah. Just hashtag freedom.
King Fancy Pants.
So I always have this, like in my mind, it makes me laugh thinking like some poor guy was like, they all had to draw straws to see who was going to be the one to go hand it to the British and then try and get out of the harbor in time. But then also there's got to be that like 4 or 5 month period or whatever when the Declaration was on its way and England wasn't fully aware that we were like done with their shenanigans and we were just like kind of executing soldiers at will over here before they could send in reinforcements. There had to be a good period of time where like people were looking at each other like, man, I hope it stays like this. Don't you guys hope that they're just like cool? And then all of a sudden ships start showing up. We're like, damn, that was like a year ago. Shoot, are we still on board with this?
That is kind of like if you're at like a hotel being late, really, really late at night, and it's like 4 a.m. You're like, looks like we got away with it. All right. And then 5 a.m., knock, 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 get out of here.
That's the thing is it's like Declaration of Independence. What does that really mean? Hey, I'm free and you can't do anything about it.
I declare it.
Yeah. And it's just like, if I own a house and that house comes to me and says, I don't want to be owned by you anymore, I'm going to shut your mouth and get back on the block.
Yep, that is a perfect analogy.
Probably one that doesn't involve inanimate structures.
How about breaking up? Like, could you do that if you wanted to break up with someone? Just give them a Declaration of Independence?
No, listen, that's always a one-way decision.
That's called an email breakup, and I've had one happen. Ooh, let's tell that story next.
Are we going to do, are you going to do one more segment?
Yeah, let's do one more segment. But this one, let's make this a happy segment. Hangry Pat needs a happy segment.
Call from Compton, California. Hello?
Oh, Pat, are you gonna mess with a telemarketer?
Hello?
Speakerphone. Hello? Yeah, no, it really helps the whole radio thing.
Hello? Ah, sí.
Oh, man, you really could have said Buenos tardes back to him.
It took me a second.
All
That
right.
means good evening.
All right, I got a story.
You're listening to The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan.
I'm the Brad Nolan part, at Brad Nolan, across all the social media. And if you want to really engage with the show, text the word Moote, M-O-O-T-E, to
36260. Don't worry, I got you, buddy.
Thanks, buddy. That's Brian.
I'm Brian Moote. Just look up Moote on any social media platform. You'll probably find me. You might find Patrick. And that's a good thing, too. Pat Moote in studio with us.
What up?
We have been talking about his cancer, his documentary. Please go, if you got a couple bucks, go donate to his GoFundMe. It's on the link on the app. We were just talking between the segments about the Declaration of Independence. Yeah, we roam all over the place. we go where the wind takes us.
I didn't even realize that was a segment.
That wasn't. That was a between segment.
No, that was a between segment. Only the podcast gets that.
Yeah. And what we were basically talking about is a Declaration of Independence, kind of a funny thing. Like, I'm declaring my freedom, and then we likened it to breakups. And the breakup version of that I've gotten. Because basically the declaration is this. It's so passive. You're like, I, in writing, declare my freedom. And then you just walk away. I'm free. Right? Like, it doesn't, there's no please reply to this.
No.
In a declaration.
It's period at the end.
Yeah, it's not what does ye think at the end, right? Thoughts? Question mark? No. So this is a story from college, but I think I may be the first person that ever had the passive-aggressive email breakup with the girl that I was dating, like seriously dating. And this is back in the day. This is like 2000, 2001, where internet did not come to our pockets. Remember those days when you had to go visit the internet?
Make an appointment at the library.
Yeah, at a fixed location. Yeah. Had a cable strapped into it. You didn't know where it was, but the cable made sense. Because you're like, this is attached to a net of other computers. These all
and you could hear it working.
Right. Sounds like a jungle bird. So you didn't know what those cables did, but you assumed like this cable goes to another cable, and then eventually there's a big cable that goes to some sort of mothership.
A net?
Goes to a net of cables that goes to a mothership of that looks like Independence Day, and that is where your email truly lies.
Not at all at any given time in history has it ever actually been like that, but I'm with you.
Right.
We're with you. Okay.
But in 2000, when you don't know anything about anything...
Just the cable makes enough sense to be like, okay.
Brian, did you know it's a bunch of really small people doing Morse code into little cables?
Pat's been reading.
You guys remember when fiber...
010101, baby, 101.
You guys remember when fiber optics had stuff to do with things?
I still
know anything
do.
about that.
Fiber optic
I think
cables.
it's still a thing. I think now it's a new thing.
Yeah.
Probably. All right, so...
How about laser discs?
Was headed up...
Sorry.
I hadn't talked to my girlfriend that day. I just came out of basketball practice, and I went to visit my... I hadn't gone to visit my email. So what happened is I hadn't made the trip to my email yet, and I'm going to walk home back to the dorm that I was staying in. And I was like, oh, shoot, I'm going to stop by Rebecca's place. Just say what's up, because I haven't heard from her. She's been kind of quiet the last couple of days. It's been kind of weird. You know what I mean? Like, she's been like kind of like standoffish. But, I'm like, don't overreact. It's college. She's probably busy. I'm busy. I'm clearly not stressed out about this. So I stopped by her house, and she's acting all weird. Like, super weird. Like, just kind of like jittery. She's like looking around, like she answers the door kind of frantically, and she's like just kind of making all these weird eye movements and stuff. And then basically we end up just having sex immediately on her couch. Like she comes on to me like crazy. I'm like, whoa. And it's like on the couch. And then I'm like, oh, well, shoot, I was just stopping by. Like, and then I felt bad. I'm like, oh my God, I didn't stop by for that. I just stopped by to say hi. But I gotta go. I felt super, I'm like, listen, I usually would stay because I feel like we just had a physical contract that committed me to at least an hour.
You're a good guy.
Right, I'm just trying to, so I don't know what to do. So I leave and I walk back, go to my apartment. I fire up the apartment computer to visit the internet. I visit my email, and based on the timestamp on the email she sent me, she had broken up with me the night before at like 11 p.m., and she's like, tick, 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 tick. Nah, handle that problem. Never going to see him again. And then imagine you're her, right? And you send that email and you're like, oh, that was easy. And to think I was stressing out about having to break up with this guy, just handled it. And then I show up at your house.
And your only response is just do it.
Unannounced, yeah. She's just like, oh my God, he's going to murder me unless I throw him a little action right now. He'll forget why he came, and I'm a survivor. I'm not like, in her mind, right? And so I felt like just awful. And then I replied to the email like, hey, just got this.
How do you still feel bad in this situation? Like, Like, if you're going to roll the dice with an email breakup in the early 2000s, then you have the cup of justice that's coming your way. Because you're sitting there waiting. You know how long people go between checking their emails, so you're just like, that would literally be like doing a smoke signal and just hoping they see it.
Right. It's still not okay in 2018 to do it that way. So that tells you how far ahead of
But it's also just on the person who's sending that email. You know you're rolling the dice. That's a huge crapshoot. You're just going to leave that out there? What if you decide she liked you all of a sudden again?
Do you think she realized you hadn't seen the email and she's like, well, I don't want to make it weird, so I'm just going to have sex with him and wait till he gets it?
I think that at first she thought that I saw it and I was over there to like call her on her shenanigans.
Right.
Then I think she thought I didn't see it, and just to get the awkwardness over with, she didn't want to talk to me, so she decided just to turn it around and let's go at this. But then when I got home and I replied, I'm like, hey, I'm just seeing this now. Okay, I guess. Like, I'm assuming based on the time that you still feel this way. I don't want to make it any weirder than I just did. Ooh. And by the way, that was totally like, you came on to me, right? Like, let's put that in writing right now, because I didn't force my way in there. I didn't force my way into anything.
You know what she actually did that was pretty sneaky? She probably, technically, she had breakup sex with you before she broke up with you. Then she broke up with you. Then she had breakup sex with you again, and you never got to have breakup sex.
I was robbed.
You got robbed.
I was robbed.
Do we know where she is today? I'd like to have her in.
Let's go break into her house and get that breakup sex.
I actually am friends with her on Facebook. I think she's married with kids. I don't know if we really want.
I think we need to bring them in.
I mean, I think she probably owes me breakup sex.
She owes you breakup sex.
Or someone does.
At least
my girlfriend. Someone's gonna have to make this right.
Yes, let me tell you this story, and then I'm going to need you to follow this story up with great sex.
And not great, breakup sex, which is different.
Angry.
Special.
It's also sex.
Hateful.
It's sex,
while still knowing it's the last time, so making it's great.
Yeah.
Right. So, but you're just less attentive to people's feelings.
Oh, yeah.
Hey,
you don't
ask
a lot
questions.
more hair pulling and throwing around.
And things might go in other places.
Yep.
And you're like, I would say sorry if we were together.
All right. So, Brad, if I were to tell you right now, you can only have one more white chocolate mocha frappuccino dream from Coffee Bean, how good would that one taste?
It would be terrible because they'd make it wrong.
Oh yeah, probably.
God, man,
I'm not ordering it for you.
Listen, I've tried to cancel that in my life a lot of times, and every time I go the last one, they make it wrong.
All right, how about this one, Brad?
Yeah, sure.
You said that this carton of cigarettes is your last carton of cigarettes. With that last cigarette, are you just going to smoke it, or are you going to roll it around on your chest first and put it in backwards and put it behind your ear for a while and walk around with it?
My luck is that the last one will end up being like on a fast walk to something to do, unfortunately. Right. And it won't be an enjoyable...
It'll be like today, you're late for a radio show, and you're sucking it down as you run.
No microphone for you.
I got silenced!
Were you nice? Hey, it's the Brad Nolan Show with Pat Moote. Or no, wait, the Pat Moote Show with two fucking idiots.
Another curse word!
Yeah, that's right. I'm in charge now!
The Brian Moote Show with Brad Nolan.
Right now at T-Mobile, get an awesome iPhone XR on us when you bring your family over and trade in your old device. Because whether you have mom, dad, or a friend on your mind, it's a gift so bold and brilliant, you'll want to keep it for yourself. And most importantly, it's on us in 6 vibrant colors. Plus, with unlimited everything from T-Mobile, the awesome iPhone XR will have everyone snapping, streaming, and sharing to their heart's content all year long. But don't wait, it's only for a limited time. So visit a store or call 1-800-T-Mobile and get iPhone XR on us.
If congested, customers using more than 50 gigs per month may notice reduced speeds due to prioritization. Video at 480p via 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax. Qualifying trade-in, port-in, service, and finance agreement required. Contact us before canceling or credit stop and remaining balance due. 64 gigs, 0 down plus $31.25 per month for 24 months. Pre-credit price $749.99, 0% APR. One offer per account.
Technology Truths, brought to you by Geico.
Technology Truths.
Truth. Teenagers can communicate entirely in emojis.
How was the birthday party? Pizza slice, kitten, soccer ball, pineapple?
Truth. It's so easy to switch and save on car insurance at geico.com.
What are you talking about? paperclip, shoulder shrug, high five, wizard hat? What?
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.